What's up, Pyros? Welcome to Captain Rob 73 headquarters. Pyro headquarters, that is. Got a quick little stash update. I've been picking up some little stuff. And we're also going to do a tour of the Pyro headquarters. Anyways, we stopped at Shelton's today. We were out and about and picked up some little things. Actually, my daughter was filling the cart with mostly novelties, but I really went to Shelton's just to get, let me zoom in on these. These are like little one-shot shooters, bees and flowers. We were shooting some little stuff off last night, me and my nephews, and we just had one of these. I think it was something they had given to me at one point in time, but these things are actually pretty intense. They're kind of like one tube out of a cake. They shoot up like a mine effect, and then they had a burst and some color with them too. So they're only like $3.70 for 6. So I went there just to get these two things. But of course, we ended up with all this stuff. This little stuff. But we'll start out, the Slayer rocket. I don't know if I had this in my previous videos, but I'm kind of collecting that. That's one of you, I guess you can call it a consumer boomer rocket. They were popular a few years ago, but this was just a leftover. I'm not going to be shooting that because they had a tendency to go up real high, come almost all the way back down before they popped. So I don't really want to deal with that, but I like it anyway. Anyways, I also picked up 4 packages of these tanks. That was from a Sky Thunder fireworks store. It wasn't from Shelton's. Me and my daughter are doing like a little village tank battle thing, supposedly. We'll see if it actually happens. But look at this. We got us a Ferris wheel firework. And then more Dollar Tree fireworks here. These little amazing fountains, 4-pack for $1. You can see they're not very big, but I've already shot them. Package of them. They're fun. And we got this big cone. My wife is addicted to buying these cone things. But hopefully this is a good one. And we got whistle chasers. I already shot some of them. They're pretty good. Oh yeah, and I got these strobe tubes at Shelton's. Hopefully they last longer than just the little strobe pots that you throw out in the ground or whatever. So I like them. So let's see. And we got us a color changing bull wheel, El Toro. I think that's one of Shelton's brands. And we got some jumbo smoke bombs, some neon sparklers, some sort of novelty fountain. We got 2 of the original sky lanterns. Kids like these. We actually, hold on, don't get sick. We have one right here that we shot last year. So it's hanging up there. Then we also got a whole case of smoke bombs. My daughter loves these things. So do I. And I wanted the Alien brand for my walls, which we'll get into here in a minute. And then this whole little area of little stuff here, this is what they throw in at the register when you buy stuff. Got a flower power fountain. Then this thing here, I'm kind of excited about this. Looks like it's a spider something. Let me see. Spider sky. And it's kind of looks like a one-shot deal. It's probably going to be pretty good because those bees and flowers are also one-shot things, and they're pretty good. So I'm excited about that. Got a pack of Jumpin' Jacks, pack of little flares, some Mobster bottle rockets. And we got a big rocket here. This was a Silent Hunter. I don't like silent, but we'll see. But anyways, what I've been working on today is, my walls with all the labels here. I'm going to do a scan over that, but as you can see, I got labels and I'm cutting them out, and over here I've got just boxes of labels and stuff. I pull off all my fireworks, and eventually they'll make it onto my walls. Sorry if I'm making you sick, but we're going to do a wall tour, starting over here. We're doing the whole room tour, actually. We'll start here at this cabinet. I've got these things blocking some non-pyro stuff that's on this top shelf, but this cabinet here, I keep my a lot of my small novelties in and stuff. You can see some of the stuff that I probably showed you in previous videos. And some, I don't know, box full of miscellaneous stuff and rockets and stuff back there. Some kind of little shooter things. Oh, I know what these are. I had some rockets. They have real good rockets, but the motors sucked on them. So actually I pulled the headings off the rockets. I don't advise doing this kind of stuff unless you have experience with it, and I do. But I'm not going to get into how to do it. But I've made those into mortar shells. And if you want to learn how to do that kind of stuff, you can do your own research on that. But here's my normal storage of, you've guys seen this stuff in previous. This is a lot of my stash and my 30-shot red, white, and blue rack. But you know, I'm always labeling up my walls here. You can't really see, but maybe there's a lot of it behind here. But here's, it opens up. Got my Call of Duty poster. The top is ringed with beer 6-pack things. The company I like, 3 Floyds, but everything else labels in here is fireworks. But I get kind of nutty. All this stuff on the walls. I don't know, it gives me something to do when I got free time. Try to go slow so it focuses. It's my little firecracker area over here. From all the wheels of firecrackers. And we got a bunch of tube wrappers and box wrappers from artillery shells. Got us a poster from Phantom, obviously. And we got some more stuff up here. Those Good as Gold, those are actually Mine Effect mortar shells. I think they come in a 12-pack. Those actually are pretty good. I'm hoping to get more of those this year. The place I usually get those from, they're not a all-year fireworks store. They're like a fireworks slash hookah store. They're just now getting their fireworks all spread out. So and they ran out of those last year, so hopefully they get more. I like them a lot. There's also, those shells are also sold under a different brand name, as I think they're called Zillionaire shells or something. They're the same thing. But then we got some Massacre rocket labels. Those were great rockets. And just got all kinds of labels all stuffed in here. Make it feel like a Pyro home. Got some 5-inch spud gun shell wrappers. Some of this stuff I just put on this weekend. The Pyro Academy. A lot of staples. Kinds of stuff. Then we got Miss Dr. Harleen Quinzel here. I actually kind of color coordinated the labels around her, and put some other subliminal messages around her. I might have geeked out a little bit on this one. But anyways, lots of labels, lots of posters. I even fancied up my door and my door handle. Then one of the places I buy fireworks from, they also sell 1.3 stuff. And they give me the sticker. It's actually for like a semi-trailer. So I stuck that on there. Then we're kind of getting out of the pyro stuff here. This room is multi-purpose. That's fishing stuff. And zombie stuff. But over here we go back into the pyro. Up on top here, we've got a shelf of stuff like those are the magic crystals. I think you guys know what those are. Me and my wife, we like those things. And I got some tubes from shell kits. I always try to save one out of every case of kits I buy or whatever. Then I've somehow started collecting these small bricks of firecrackers. I got all different ones. And then more tubes. And more tubes. And then I got my zombie fireworks. This is a great cake here. I'm going to try not to shoot that one. I think I already said that in the previous video. And those horror shells, zombie blasters, I'm going to try not to shoot those, but we'll see what happens. And just more boxes. These boxes are actually empty. I just stuck them up there to make it look nice. And then here's more of my labels I got spread out everywhere. I'm trying to cut them out and stick on the wall. There's tons of them. And I've got a homemade little cake project I did over here. This is a quick show of that. If I put shells in here, and I got different fuses, it should slow here, then pink fuse speeds up, then I got the yellow fuse in the back. That stuff's like almost instantaneous. So this is, it needs, I still have to get these tubes in there straight. But it's like kind of a homemade cake. Just messing around. And yes, these are ABS tubes. And yes, I've already tested these. What's in here is pretty tame ball shells that I took the ball off of, so they fit in there. And that might not make any sense to someone that just seen this video, but watch my previous video about how messy mortar video, at the very end, I show you how the inexpensive ball shells are made. The ball is actually, there's nothing in it. It's just there so it fits on the tube. You can just pop it off. Then the shell itself is just a little cylinder shell, like a mini canister shell. And they're not that powerful. I've shot tons of them out of this. This is like Schedule 80 ABS that I put wood plugs in the bottom. It's just, I don't know, something I like to mess with. Might not be for everybody. Anyways, that pretty much wraps it up. We're back around to the beginning. But, oh, another quick thing. I've taken some of the labels off these cakes. This is I think it's Legend brand, I believe. Yeah, it's a Legend. Fire in the Hole cake. I took the label off so I can put it on the wall, but here you can see how the cake's made. You know, this is like watch a video on this. It's a pretty good zipper cake. I think it's 87 shot, and it has a bigger finale at the end. That's how that looks. And then I got one of the, I think it's 96 shot Pyro Academy cake. I took the label off, and you can see how those are made. Just rows and rows and rows. But anyways, now we're back to the beginning. All right. Have a good time. 4th of July, Pyro out. Oh, one more thing. We'll just zoom in on my wall while I tell you this. You know, if you guys are going to be ordering like any mortar tubes from like Pyro Boom and fuse from Canon Fuse and fuse from Pyro Creation or anything from any of those places, now's the time to be doing it. Because Pyro Boom, I ordered tubes from them last year and they were all backed up like the last couple weeks before the 4th. Like they even had on their website, if you order now, you're not going to get them before the 4th. So I would advise anybody that wants to order tubes from them to get that done. And the same thing with the fuse. If you're going to be ordering, especially it's the faster fuses, like the pink fast fuse and the perfect fuse and the yellow fuse. The websites that sell those fuses, they start running out this time of year because everyone's ordering. So I would advise you guys going to get your fuse ordered. You want to get it done now. All right.